Carl and Damon here from Brrraains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short, and they made what into a TV series, Donkey Kong Country. We're up to episode 3, titled Booty and the Beast. Booty and the Beast. Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Written by Nadine van der Velde, the common writer, but not the only one. It will actually change in a couple of episodes' time, which surprised me. We begin. It's a pirate ship. I was, oh, that's cool. That's a bit different. Yep. Feel like that's kind of the game thing. Whose ship is it? Whose ship is it? Captain Scurvy, voiced by Ron Rubin, who breaks into a song. We get an immediate song. Never forget, 2 songs per episode, and we start off with one straight away. It's a pirate rock number called Pirate Scorn. Sometimes I don't mind the songs. Sometimes I don't mind it.
I suppose, yeah.
But his song is a story about how his ancestor once fought DK's ancestor for the crystal coconut, and now he wants the coconut back. Okay. It's always about the crystal coconut,
and everyone hates Donkey Kong.
Yes. The dock at the island as we cut to Cranky in his home complaining about the quiet life. That though ends as a cannonball comes smashing through the door. Cranky dodges it as Captain Scurvy arrives and demands the coconut. Cranky seems to know him, believing him to have been dead, so we got history here. We're then introduced to Scurvy's underlings, Green Croc, voiced by Richard Newman, and the parrot Polly Roger, voiced by Rick Jones. Cranky decides to play dumb though, claiming he has never heard of the crystal coconut. It doesn't last long though, as Polly lands in the coconut case and Scurvy demands Cranky open it. He refuses, but in his anger slams his walking stick down, opening the case. I never fully understand how this works.
Yes.
Because later it'll sort of imply that he has to bang his walking stick 3 times and then it opens. Maybe have a bit more like of a different setup. It's that easy to do. Cranky stands in Scurvy's way to stop him, but it doesn't really matter as DK and Diddy arrive to help. Scurvy knows him and is up for the fight, but of course they just get their asses kicked and run away. All King K. Rool watches from a distance. He focuses on the coconut before launching Clump out of a barrel to get it. You never really... Like, it's so easy for... K. Rool spends more time inside the Kong camp than anywhere else.
I know.
And he just sort of gets in and out like no problem.
Yep.
It's a bungee, and Clump is able to grab the coconut and get back to K. Rool. DK, Diddy and Cranky are shell-shocked by what just happened. Yeah.
I don't want to shell-shock this shit. It happens
Every episode. Yeah, like they get their hands on the coconut more often than not.
I mean, literally, its base has got to be there and there. It's like the neighbours.
Yeah, basically. At Bluster's factory, the ape comes along to Bud Candy and continues to try and win her over. They're interrupted by K. Rool and his minions. K. Rool says that he's taken over the factory and shows them that he has the coconut. So, let's talk about the coconut briefly here. Because I swear they're getting very confused about what the coconut actually is. I understood from the first and second episodes that the coconut basically granted you wishes.
Yes.
So why did we never see that aspect? Why does it seem like whoever holds the coconut is just in charge? Now, why is K. Rool not grabbing it and then wishing to be in charge of Congo Bongo?
But he wish Donkey Kong in space.
Yeah, he just seems to have it and everybody goes, okay, you're the boss now.
Yeah, they seem to change like the meaning behind a coconut.
They do. Sometimes it seems more powerful, other times it's not. You know, and I never fully quite understand that aspect of it either, you know. And I think the problem is if I don't understand it, how are kids going to understand it?
Yep.
But Bluster immediately submits and starts kissing K. Rool's feet, handing over the factory. Bluster is a coward. Candy is unimpressed, but K. Rool is pleased. He orders him to change the makeup of the factory and to start producing explosive barrels. You know, okay, now we're getting to somewhere. This will definitely come to something, right? Yeah. Bluster, though, was not willing to do the work until he has guns held against his head. And we see the factory is now making explosive barrels. Elsewhere, Cranky is telling DK and Diddy to go and get the coconut, but he hears the sound of explosive barrels in the distance. Which is really weird because when we cut back to Bluster doing the work, I just don't understand it. The barrels are instantly blowing up when the stamper hits them. What's the point of this? Like, the stamp hits, boom. Stamp hits, boom. You're not creating, you're blowing them up.
Yeah, I mean, obviously from the game when he stood in them, they blew up. Like,
yeah, barrels are part and parcel of Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't get what the plan here is. Obviously, DK and Diddy arrive and K. Rool tries to talk his way out of it while Bluster sneaks off. He refuses to hand over the coconut and starts blowing up barrels at speed, and this gives him and Clump a chance to escape and jump into a minecart. Do you remember this is supposed to be about pirates?
Yes.
Completely gone.
Yeah, gone.
Infuriating. They race through a tunnel with DK and Diddy behind him in another cart. For some reason, K. Rool thinks that they can make it back to his base. Like, if we make it back to the base, we'll be okay. And I'm like, Every time we've gone to the base,
I know.
they've just followed you in and then left with the coconut anyway.
Yep,
Why are
yep.
you safe there? Unbelievable. But we also see that Bluster is in another cart attached to K. Rules with a barrel and a gun. So now Bluster's doing something odd. Yeah. He basically has decided to ape up, grabs the gun and demands K. Rule and Clump stop the cart and let him go. Clump distracts Bluster though and throws the coconut in his face, knocking him out of the cart and the gun in K. Rule's hands. K. Rule is furious that Clump lost the coconut though, but they have a bigger problem as DK and Diddy are gaining on them. K. Rule shoots the gun and critters, because these guns shoot those little critters that eat things, eat their way through the cart, allowing K. Rule and Clump to escape, but they don't know that the coconut is not with K. Rule as Bluster comes along and shows them that he has it. He tries to take credit for getting it, and DK and Diddy are apparently shocked that Bluster managed to get it. It's like, oh, wow, yeah. At Cranky's home, they bring the coconut back, but Cranky is acting really weird. It seems as though he's refusing to let them in unless they give him a password. And it's like, this is a bit odd. DK and Diddy are weird as well and start to do the cranky pokey. Ha ha ha. Yeah. We then see that Captain Scurvy and his crew are inside, so they're now back in the episode. Cranky is still refusing, but DK walks in and runs straight into Scurvy and his crew. He demands the coconut be put down, and Green Croc grabs it. Having finally succeeded, they run off, and Cranky is mad. So now we've got a different group with the coconut. Everyone's having a go on the coconut in this episode.
Yep.
Captain Scurvy and his crew at sea celebrating their win. DK and Diddy are in Funky's biplane and find the ship. Funky drops them off, literally, because that's what he always seems to do, before flying off. On the ship, DK and Diddy are confronted by Captain Scurvy and his crew, who accused them of being pirates, and it is decided that they are to die. They then do a little dance as DK and Diddy just sit there.
Yep.
Yeah, this episode's a bit dumb at times.
Yeah.
We then see DK and Diddy have been chained up on a pair of barrels. I was like, thought they were going to die. Why are they chained up? He agrees to let them go when he finds some shark-infested water. So that's Scurvy's plan. He's looking for some shark-infested water and he's going to drop them in.
Yep.
Okay, all right. DK tries to get out, but his strength is failing. He needs some bananas. This is often a MacGuffin for the show overall.
Yeah.
That DK's strength has failed because he hasn't eaten a banana.
Talk about a rip-off of Popeye.
Basically, it is, isn't it? Good thing, though, there is a pile of them in the corner. And a critter called Claptrap, voiced by Ron Rubin, is there with a key. He offers DK a deal and breaks in the song. A hard rock tune called I Gotta Eat. Don't mind this one either. The songs in this episode are pretty good.
Yeah.
It turns out that Captain Scurvy took his teeth to stop him eating the ship and he wants them back. I was like, okay, that works. Yeah. He frees DK and Diddy. The former chas his way through the bananas and Diddy promises to get Claptrap's teeth back too. DK and Diddy bust out and confront Captain Scurvy, who orders his men to attack. Of course, they are just goons, and we all know what happens to goons. Yep. They get beaten up. DK and Diddy taking care of them easy enough with some silly high jinks. Captain Scurvy, meanwhile, has lined up a cannon and fires a cannonball that bounces off everything and into the crow's nest, which is the thing at the top. We then hear Claptrap eating it before he spits it back down, much to the disappointment of Captain Scurvy, because Claptrap now has his teeth back. He starts to devour the ship. It sinks, and we see that Captain Scurvy and his crew wash up on a very small beach somewhere. DK and Diddy are back in our island watching the sun go down. Claptrap comes along saying that he's full, but ends up winking at the camera and saying, for now. It's like, okay, all right, that works. Yeah. Yeah. The good parts of this episode, weirdly enough, are the Captain Scurvy stuff. Because it was different. But clearly, they did not have enough of a story. So we're like, all right, we've got to fill 7 or 8 minutes of this 20-minute episode. All right, K-Rool steals the coconut. Yep. And then they get it back. And then we continue the Captain Scurvy stuff.
Yeah. It's just the same storyline every episode, and it really is.
Pretty much, yeah. There is some, obviously there's always some scenarios that are different, but it always comes out of the same thing. K-Rool wants the coconut. K-Rool summons gets the coconut. DK and Diddy, Cranky and all of them get it back, and that is pretty much it.
Songs are decent on the episode, so
yeah.
Go on.
I don't think this is too bad of an episode. I think it'll entertain the youngsters for the most part, when you're not overthinking the aspects around the coconut and stuff like that. But that is Booty. I've said Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. I don't get I didn't get the name though, because
Booty as in Captain's Booty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
And the Beast.
Yeah, because
I guess it's just referencing Donkey Kong, like the ape stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, Booty is the captain
Yeah,
stuff really than anything else. Booty and the Beast. What do you think? You know what to do. Let us know in the comments.
Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?